What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and I will be covering the UFC Vegas 16, I think 16 card. Hermansson versus Holland. This is a pretty good card, and I can't wait to give y'all my picks. Let's get to it. We start off with Talia Santos versus Montana Del Rosa. Talia comes in 16-1, which is a crazy record. I think she fought a lot of cans, and she's a female. I'm like, whoa, that's insane. Fights out of Brazil, age 27, height 5'6", Arisa 68. Most recent win was against Molly McCain, and her most recent loss was to Mario Barella. Montana is 11-6, fights out of Texas, age 25, height 5'7", Arisa 68. Her most recent was recent win. I don't know why I can't talk for a second. Is to Mario Barella, which is interesting. That's an interesting dynamic. And her most recent loss was to Viviana Ajuru. I think that's how you say her name. This is a really good fight. I know a lot of people are on Talia Santos to win this fight. Montana did not look that good in her last week against Viviana, but I think Viviana is a good fighter. She had a number one contender spot against Jessica I think on UFC 244, I think, or a different card. But she had a really decent spot on that card to become a contender, and I think Viviana is a really good opponent. But I just did not like what I saw out of that. I think Talia Santos is going to put that wrestling pressure on her. She looked really, really good against Molly McCain. She shocked me in there. I didn't think she was going to do that. I wasn't too surprised because they're females. And you know what females, they do whatever they want to do. But it is what it is. I'm going to be going Talia Santos via decision. That's my pick. Next fight, Matt Wiman versus Jordan Levitt. Matt comes in 16-9. Fights out of Portland, age 37, height 5'10", and reaches 67. Jordan 7-0, fights out of Las Vegas, age 25, height 5'11", and reaches 71. Matt's most recent was against Isaac Valley, or whatever his name is, and his most recent loss was to Joe Select. I can almost kind of give him a pass for that loss because we're seeing what Joe is able to accomplish now. He has some pretty good wins, and he looks like he's going to be a problem at lightweight. Jordan, on the other hand, his most recent one was against Luke Flores, and he's obviously undefeated. This is a really interesting bout. At first, there was a second where I was going to go with Matt, and a lot of people don't know he has wins over Justin Bullocks. If you don't know who Justin Bullocks is, I think he was the former alpha male coach. You've seen him in that TJ and Cody Garbrandt tough finale. He was arguing with TJ or whatever. He's like the Asian coach. Like he was a decent fighter back then, and I think he's a great coach. I think he probably was a better coach than a fighter. But Matt has some. He's I don't want to say he has good wins, but he's been around for a minute. But he looked. I have to see what the weigh-ins. I think the weigh-ins are the most important part. But he looked. God awful against Joe. Just not like in terms of this performance. It's just his frame, and I feel like I don't know. I remember when Matt fought back in the day, he was more he was in better shape. Now he just kind of looks. I don't want to say pudgy, and he's super square. He doesn't have a real stance to him, and if you could just see his legs, he's basically walking up to you, he did not look good. And I think as much as Jordan with his goddamn twerking self on the Contender Series kind of annoyed me, I think he takes this. I think Jordan takes this by decision. Louis Smolka versus Jose Alberto Quinonez. I think that's how you say his name. Quinonez. Lewis comes in 16-7, fights out of Hawaii, age 29, height 5'9", and reaches 68. Jose is at 8-4, fights out of San Diego, age 30, height 5'8", and reaches 69. Lewis's his most recent win was against Ryan McDonald, and his most recent loss was a beating against Casey Kenny. Jose's most recent win was against Sean O'Malley. No, not Sean O'Malley. That's what I'm talking about. Carlos Huchin. And his most recent loss was to Sean O'Malley. Oh my God, almost thought this guy was Marlon Vera. But this fight, I was like, man, Lewis Smolka better win, bro. I don't care. I don't care what the excuse is. Lewis Smolka, you better win this fight. They're both coming off not the best losses. I don't think any loss is good, but man, Casey Kenny put it on Lewis Smolka, and fucking Sean O'Malley, man, he put it on Jose. So, Lewis a while back had a lot of hype on him, and people thought he was going to be like really, really good. And I wouldn't say he's failed expectations or whatever. I just think, it just hasn't gone his way. But I think this is an easier fight for him. I think Lewis might be better than him all around. I think Lewis's striking, his movement, his distance management might be better than him. I think he could take him down. So I get it then. I think Lewis Smolka is probably I take that by decision. I know I'm going with a lot of decisions, but yeah, I'm gonna go with decision. Next fight, Gabriel Benitez versus Justin Jaynes. Gabriel comes in 21-8. Fights out of Mexico, age 32. Height 5'8", and it reaches 71. Justin comes in 16-5. Fights out of Las Vegas, age 31. Height of 5'7". So he's a little shorter, and it reaches 67.5. So Gabriel has the reach advantage. Gabriel's most recent one was against Alberto Beneni, and his most recent loss was to Omar Morales, which was a great fight. Justin's most recent one was that crazy knockout. I don't want to even call it fluky. I'll just give him his respect against Frank Camacho. But he's not coming off that, his most recent win, but he's coming off a loss, a humbling loss to Gavin Tucker, which was a beautiful, beautiful thing. I like this fight, man. This is going to be a scrap, y'all. This is going to be a fucking scrap. Justin has a lot of power in the first. We saw it even in the Tucker fight. He dropped Tucker, I think, in the first round. But he doesn't really have a gas tank like that. He's an interesting guy. And Gabriel, he's lost to some decent guys, And Omar Morales, I know Omar had just lost to, I think, recently to Giga Jackedzi. But that was a great fight. And then I know Omar got dropped in the third, but Omar is one of them not hard knocks. They're called Stanford MMA now. Those guys that got like Gilbert Burns, Chandler, all those like just basic like they have that basic kickboxing style, but just super ruthless. That Henry Hoof kickboxing style. So I really have a lot of respect for Omar Morales. And Gabriel, like he stayed in there with him, and he also had a loss to Sadiq Yusuf. Sadiq Yusuf is a ranked featherweight. Ain't no shame in that. I think Gabriel's, is coming off 2 losses. I think he really wants to win. He showed me a lot in his last fight. Justin gets tired all the time, and I seen it. I knew Gavin Tucker was going to beat that fool. I think unless he knocks him out, which we've seen Gabriel get knocked out before, and Gabriel, that's the thing. I don't know if AKA is opened right now, but I know he trains at an AKA. He's just one of those cats, but they even said he kicks harder. I think Javier Mendez had come out and said he kicks harder than Luke Rockhold, which is super interesting. But I think Gabriel Benitez gets this done in third round TKO. I'm gonna go third round TKO. I think he gets, not like he knocks him out. I think he just wears on Justin Jaynes, and I think he gets a finish in the third. And Justin, man, unless he shows me something in this fight where he showed an improved a gas tank, I can't really go with him. Next up, Movsar Evloev. I think that's how you say it. Movsar Evloev. I think that's, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna say Evloev. I think that's a little easier versus Nate Landwehr. Man, I love it. The train Landwehr, man. This is gonna be dope. Evloev comes in 13-0, fights out of Russia, age 26, height 5'7", age 72. Most recent one was against Mike Grundy. I was super impressed in that fight, and he hasn't lost. Nate, 14-3, fights out of Tennessee, but I think he fights out of Tennessee now. Age 32, height 5'9", reaches 70.5. His most recent one was against Darren Elkins, which was a phenomenal performance, and his most recent loss was to Herbert Burns. I think he was a little too wild in there, and I don't think he respected Herbert's stand-up, and he got caught with, a beautiful knee. I think a lot of people are going to pick Evloev in this one, and I get it. Evloev's, 13-0. He's shown a lot of great ability. Even when he dealt with a guy that, I wouldn't say Grundy's the better grappler, but a more persistent grappler, he was able to play counter wrestler, right, and just pick him apart. But Nate, is able to do the same thing. You saw when he fought Darren Elkins. But Nate's like, I feel like there's a difference between like being a counter wrestler and fighting someone with with good striking, I would say, than sprawl and brawl. I feel like sprawl and brawl is what Nate and like Chuck Liddell used to do. Like that's what Nate did with Darren Elkins, man. He would sprawl, and then he would punish Darren anytime he got back up with like at least 2 hooks. But Nate can box. I don't want to say he doesn't have like any punching form, but like, man, I was so impressed in that Darren Elkins fight. Even though he's a little chinny. Well, I wouldn't say chinny, but he leaves his chin open, I would say. And Evloev has, he has more of a kickboxing kind of like style. I'd say kickboxing Muay Thai style, where like if you see the way he throws his punches to almost like lean towards a kick, or to set up the kick later. Like Nate's, there's more of like a boxing smoothness to it, like a boxing finesse, like that boxing snap, right? When you see just hit him, like he throws that too, and he's just, feeling himself. But I think Evloev is going to be the favorite. I do wonder how he fights this fight. I wonder if he just goes, because besides the Mike Grundy fight, he's usually go for takedowns. He'll go for takedowns. I don't know if he feels like he can take Nate down. It's gonna be interesting to see what he can do, but I'm gonna go Nate Landwehr. I think Nate is pressure. He's just one of these pressure guys that's hot right now. Obviously, guys like to have an expiration date because they leave themselves so open and they're willing to exchange too much. But man, I don't know, man. And just seeing his run through M1, I was just seeing some of his highlights through there. And I don't know, Evloev has been there too. Nate's just a fucking gamer, man. I think Nate can get this one, and I'm gonna go Nate by decision, man. I think he really can get this one and give Evloev his first loss. I might be like, I wouldn't say necessarily listen to me on this one, if I'm being honest. I'm a little biased because I like Nate a lot, but Evloev is a monster, so I could see him just either knocking Nate out or kind of just outclassing Nate, right, and just hurting him and stuff like that. But yeah, next up, Damon Jackson versus Ilir Topuria. Damon is 18-3-1, which is a dope record. Fights out of Texas, age 32, height 5'11", and reaches 73. Ilir is 9-0, fights out of Spain, age 23, height 5'7", and reaches 69. Damon's most recent one was against Movsar Bektik. Make that what you will of what happened there. But his most recent loss was to Moldovin and Kubilev. I think that's how you say that guy's name. Il's most recent one was against Yusuf Zalal, and obviously he's undefeated. This is a great fight. Obviously, Damon Jackson's coming on with the experience, and it was interesting to see his fight with Movsar Bektik. It was almost like he had something to prove that day. He yelled at Movsar after he submitted him, which was, I don't know how I felt about that. I don't usually. Actually, I kind of do care. I don't like the taunting after you win. I feel like you won. But why you don't got to taunt? I don't think you should get punished for it, but it's not my cup of tea. I don't know what Movsar Bektik said to Damon Jackson. I don't know if he just called him a bum. I ain't gonna lie, Damon Jackson was looking like a bum. I remember at the weigh-ins, I was like, oh, he's gonna get smashed on. But hey man, he was persistent, he was tough, he was gritty. But I think that's where the Cinderella story ends. Even though he has the experience, and he's shown that he's really good off his back and he's aggressive, I think Ilir Topuria is gonna watch the Movsar Bektik fight. He's gonna see the mistakes Movsar made, and I think he's gonna put a really nice grappling pressure on him. And I think he takes this by decision. No disrespect to Damon Jackson. I know some people might be on him to win this fight, and they were really impressed with the Movsar Bektik performance. But like, think about it, Movsar Bektik always chokes the third. I don't know what's wrong with it. He loves choking the third round. Like, he did it against Darren Elkins, and he did it against Jackson. So it's like, I don't know if I'm that impressed by it. But and Movsar is just, he even choked the third against Dan Ige. That's another one, bro. That's 3 for 3. Like, I even forgot about the Dan Ige. Like, I was gonna leave my point after I said what's his name, Jackson or whatever. And the Ige thing just came up in my head. Like, Movsar loves choking the third round. So it's like, You know, I don't know. I think Topuria is gonna take this. Next one, interesting light heavyweight bout. OSP versus Jamahal Hill. Owen St. Preux is back. OSP comes in 25-14, is the number 15 light heavyweight in the world. Fights out of Tennessee, age 37, height 6'3", and a reach of 80. Hill is 8-0, fights out of Michigan, age 29, height 6'4", and a reach of 79. OSP's most recent was against Alonzo Minifield, and his most recent loss was to Ben Rothwell at heavyweight. Hill's most recent one was against Kidson Abreu. I was really impressed with Jamahal Hill in that fight, but Hill's kind of sloppy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think OSP is the most technical guy in the world. I won't say that, but there's a finesse to his game. I kind of respect the way how he tries to stay safe and not get hurt and not get hit. But I don't know, man. I honestly I don't know about Hill. Hill's just so wild in there sometimes, and I just don't know. OSP and OSP has such a weird style, man, and it's kind of hard to figure out for some guys. You could just see Alonzo Minifield was just lost in there, like. Obviously Alonzo made some mistakes, like not going for jabs and just only throwing power shots at OSP. So it was like really easy to see. Obviously, I'm not in there, so I can't really criticize that much as if I was there. But like you could just see it, man. Like OSP was like basically in the Matrix, bro. And when he hit him with that hook, man, he was done. And I picked Alonzo. I'm gonna say that straight up to beat OSP, and I was really impressed. I think OSP. I think he can give guys problems. I kind of lost a lot of faith in him after he lost to Nikita Krylov, and I kind of just thought, and then he almost got lost to the Mikhail Olenjek kid. All right, I remember that one. He almost lost that fight, almost got killed. I kind of was like, man, I think OSP his time is done. But I think obviously that wild style and that chaos, like it affects OSP, and I think Jamahal Hill can bring that, and I think Jamahal Hill is like there's a really good chance, and I think he's probably like maybe the favorite. I don't know. I would say it's more of a pick. I don't know. Actually, I'd say it's Hill's. I think Hill should be the favorite, but I gotta go OSP, man. I don't know. I'm just not sure about Hill. I don't trust him. I think someone's. Yeah, I'm gonna go OSP by not third round, second round submission, for my boy Capper comparison. Shout you out, man. What's it called? Next fight, Roman Dolidze versus John Allan. Roman comes in 7-0, fights out of Georgia, age 32, height 6'2", and a reach is 76. John's 13-5, age 27, height 6'3", and a reach is 75. Roman's most recent one was against Kadis Ilabrigimov. I think that's how you say that guy's last name. He's undefeated. John's most recent one was against Alexander Silva, and his most recent loss was to Vinis Moret. These are some really good light heavyweights right here. John obviously has the experience. He loves to, he's in there, man. He likes to stand and bang, and he goes forward. Roman is one of these guys that's just, man, he's a killer, man. He is mean. He is a mean guy, bro. He's a mean guy. I'll say that. And he's a grappler, I would say. Or I wouldn't say he's a grappler, but he has grappling skills. What I mean, a strong overhand. Like he has a strong overhand, and I think John's gonna be tough enough to stay a decision. That's what I'm gonna say that. I think Roman gets this done. I think he's gonna out-grapple John. I don't think he wants to. I don't think he should stay in the pocket with this cat. I think John enjoys that pocket work and enjoys that kind of chaos. But I think Roman should get this done by decision. Next fight, Jimmy Flick versus Cody Durden. Flick comes in 15-5, fights out of Oklahoma, age 30, height 5'6", and a reach of 70. Cody's 11-2-1, fights out of Georgia, age 29, height 5'7", and a reach of 67. Jimmy's most recent one was against Nate Smith, and his most recent loss was to Ray Rodriguez. Cody's most recent one was against John Sweeney, and his most recent loss was to Ryan Hollis. And Cody's also coming off a draw to Chris Gutierrez, I think. I think that's that guy's name. Man, Jimmy Flick, man, he is a fucking... I saw this kid on the Contender Series live. He is a fucking killer, bro. Oh, my God. I've never seen a kid like this, man. Like, he's a monster in there, bro. It is insane how much of a... Like, the pressure he puts on people, his wrestling pressure, and he's always going for the finish. Now, Cody Durden, he pressed me against Chris Gutierrez in the first round. He went for the takedown, but I saw him tire out. I didn't like that. And Chris is like, man, I think he... Did he stop somebody? I think he stopped somebody with leg kicks, right, this year? So he's good. He's really good, like Muay Thai, and just, dude, everything he hits just pops, right? Like, just the noise it makes off of Cody's skin was just like a pop, man. So, like, obviously the guy was a good, seasoned striker, right? But, if I don't like doing this, but, like, man, Flick has more fights, and just seeing the intensity at his face, man, you can tell, man, that boy's from the South. He wants it. He's a workaholic. And I think he's gonna win this fight. I think it's probably third round submission. I've just seen Cody get tired in the third. That's not something I liked. He almost got armbarred in the second against Gutierrez, by the way. That was something I noticed. Obviously, it didn't happen, but there were certain things in the Cody fight I didn't like, and I think Flick should win this. But Cody's also a good grappler too, and I think sometimes when you have two grapplers sometimes their grappling kind of cancel each other out. So then we'll kind of see what Jimmy Flick can do on the stand-up. But he didn't look bad in the stand-up against Gutierrez, so that's something to look at. But I think Jimmy Flick should take this. Next one, oh my God, dude, two all-time greats right here, man. This is the greatest heavyweight fight of all time, Gian Villante. The GOAT versus Jake Collier. Man, this is kind of sad. Gian Villante, bro, I swear to God, if you lose this fight, bro, they should cut you. Well, they should have cut you after you did what you did with Maurice Green. Man, the fact you gave Maurice Green a win, bro, you never know. We could have saw Gian Villante fight Greg Hardy, bro. That's something we probably would have saw if fucking John would do his goddamn job and win the fucking fight. But John comes in 17-12, fights out of New York, age 35, height 6'3", reaches 76. Jake is 11-5, fights out of Missouri, age 32, height 6'3", reaches 78.5. Most recent one was against Ed Herman for Gian Villante, and his most recent loss was to Maurice Green. Jake, his most recent win was against Marcel Fortuna, and his most recent loss was to Tom Aspinall. Jake, that's another sad story, man. Jake used to be, like, go look at some pictures of him when he used to be at, like, 185. He was jacked, man. And now you look at him, looks like a mess, bro. I don't know why they have this guy in the UFC. It's kind of sad. That kind of breaks my heart sometimes, Like, I don't know if it's just my thing. Like, I don't ever want to end up being like that where, you're in shape and then you get out of shape. That sucks, man. Like, he was in shape, man. Like, I don't want to, like, focus too much on it. But, like, dude, that breaks my heart. But I think Gian Villante should win this. He has to win this. You don't have a choice. Like, I swear to God, bro. Yo, y'all should have seen me when Gian Villante lost to Maurice Green, bro. I almost wanted to break my TV. Bro, yo, he didn't even get submitted, bro. I honestly think he had a heart attack. That wasn't a real submission. Bro, he had a heart attack, man. Like, he had a heart attack. I'll just say that. He had a heart attack. But, I'll go Gian Villante by decision. Because, man, and they're going to be on the main card because they're some of the greatest heavyweights we've seen. But next fight, I hope to God this is not the co-main event. Beth Correia versus Yanan Wu. I think that's how you say her name. Type of comparison. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to be too disrespectful to this female. But Beth is coming 11-1. Fights out of Brazil. Age 37. Height 5'5", reach 64. Wu is 11-3, fights out of China, age 24, height 5'8", and reaches 66. Wu's most recent one was against Lauren Mueller, I think that's Mueller, and her most recent loss was to Mizuki Inoue. Beth's most recent one was against Sijara Eubanks. Yo, that's insane. I forgot about that, man. She really beat that girl. Dude, it was so funny. Sijara was like, I'm a beat her so she doesn't twerk. And then, like, you know, Beth beats her and she's twerk, bro. That's pretty disgusting. But Beth is coming off a loss to Penny, Kizindad. I think Quiñonez. I don't know how you say that girl's last name. But this is Beth's last fight, I think, right? And then she's gonna retire. This is, man. I don't know, man. Beth's career is so weird, man. Who did Beth beat? Right, she beat, like, it was so weird how Beth kind of made her debut in the UFC. She beat Shayna Baszler, right? And I think Ronda Rousey's, like, other teammate. And, like, she did this kind of weird thing. She was like, I'm beating your teammates. And it was almost like a personal thing to Ronda. And Ronda just chose her to fight for the title. And that was, like, Ronda's first ever, like, knockout victory, actually, which is super interesting. And Beth, you know, it's for a weird. I'll never forget when Brendan Schaub used to say, like, he tried to compare Beth to Amanda Nunes. I was like, yo, that's insane. But Beth is I would say she's more of a volume fighter. She has decent boxing, I think. I don't know if she has decent boxing. She has decent boxing for a female, I'd say. She has decent trips. She does a good job of, like, mixing up her strikes to her takedowns. I'll give her that. And, you know, transitioning to, like, full guard to, half guard and just, moving around there and stuff like that. And she, the thing is about her, she's not like she was really losing, she beat Sijara Eubanks. She was like, she's like 1-1 or something like that. Something weird. She's just win and lose, kind of like that kind of area. Her last main event was against Holly Holm, and that was destruction. What Holly did to her in the third round was sick, man. But Beth, I don't know, man. And Wu, she's also a decent girl. I wouldn't say she's more as versed in the grappling area, but she hits hard and she's always there to fight. So this is an interesting one. This is Beth's last fight. I don't think she wants to go out there and lose, right? So, Wu's, this is like almost like a pick-em when you really look at it, but I don't know, man. Did I say 11-1 for Beth Correia's record? Oh my God, why did I, dude? What the hell? Swear to God, did I say that? Why is it, dude? Tapology is tripping. I know that's not a record. I just peeped that. Yeah, she's 11-5. I think, yeah. I'm sorry if I said that. And then I think, did I say? Yeah, and Wu is like 11-3. I am sorry if I had said that. I caught myself, man. But Tapology got to fix their website. I'm getting a little mad at you. But I don't know who I'm going. At first, I'm gonna go Coach. Man, I'm gonna go Beth. Because you never know what women fights, man. And Beth, this is her last fight, so I think she wants to win it. I could be wrong. Go if honestly, if you want to pick Wu, I'm not even mad at you. Go ahead and pick Wu, if you want my advice on it. But I think because these women fights, man, I've been so off with these female fights, man. I just never know, right? So now I'm just trying to, like, play a game where, like, if I pick against the one I feel like I want to go with, maybe I might get, I don't know. But next up, hello guys. I know I'm in a completely different place from the video. I know I got a lot of interruptions in this video, but I just found out that Jack Hermansson will be fighting Marvin Vettori today, and I guess this is some breaking news for y'all. But it is what it is. This is probably going to be coming out on Sunday. But I had finished the video on Kevin Holland versus Hermansson, like, on Thursday, and I was so hyped. But I guess Kevin Holland ended up getting COVID, so I guess I'll give you guys my prediction here of what I think Hermansson and Marvin Vettori is going to be. I think I said in the video, Kevin Holland versus Jack Hermansson. Ignore all of that. Just listen here. but it is what it is. I think I'm gonna go Marvin Vettori just on my gut. I feel like pick wise, I think Marvin can beat him. Marvin trains with Kelvin, and Marvin was a part of that camp leading up for Kelvin. Even though Kelvin didn't do too well, we know how good of a grappler Marvin is, and he's had some good moments. He had some decent moments against Adesanya. I think he beat Cesar Ferreira. I'm pretty sure. And his moments against Carl Robertson was just that was straight domination. So I think Marvin's on the swing up, and I think his grappling can be enough to. I think most of this will be on the feet. Like I would be really surprised if Marvin or either Jack Hermansson was really dominant in each side of the grappling. I feel like if I was to say who's the better grappler, I like gun to my head, I'd probably say Hermansson. But I think MMA wise. MMA IQ, I feel like Marvin Vettori will be smart enough to keep this on the feet and just win a decision. I just have a weird feeling. I was really gonna go with Hermansson, but I got Marvin, man. I think Marvin's is a different beast. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go watch my. I guess I'm gonna be doing a breakdown on this video right now. It's just it makes me mad. But go follow my Instagram, my Twitter, what else? Click the like button and click the dislike button if you want. I don't care. Subscribe, comment. I love the comments, y'all. Please comment. Like that makes my day if you guys comment. And go click the notification bell. Some people have been saying they haven't been getting my notifications. I don't upload a lot, but I upload a decent amount. So go click that. I guess that's all of it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love y'all, and goodbye. eBay Fight Predictions is out.